Hello and welcome to the Dr. English channel.
We're so glad you could join us today.
Hey everyone, a massive warm welcome back to the Dr. English channel. I'm Igor, and honestly, I'm absolutely thrilled to be sitting here with you today for another deep dive into the beautiful, sometimes confusing, but always fascinating English language.
And I'm Karina. We are genuinely so happy to have you join us today. Whether you're listening while commuting on the train or bus, doing household chores like laundry or dishes, or just relaxing with a nice cup of tea or coffee, we've got what I think is a truly fantastic episode lined up for you today.
That's absolutely right, Karina. Today, we're tackling a topic that is genuinely the backbone, the foundation of everyday conversation in any language. It's something we all do every single day, no matter where we live in the world or what our jobs are. We're talking about daily routines, the things we do from morning to night.
I absolutely love this topic. It's just so incredibly practical and useful. If you want to really connect with people in English, have meaningful conversations, and sound natural, you genuinely need to be able to talk about your day-to-day life. It's full of those bread and butter phrases, those essential expressions that make your English sound natural, fluid, and conversational.
Exactly. These are the phrases you'll use again and again and again. But before we jump into the heart of today's lesson, if you're enjoying what we do here at Dr. English Channel and finding our content helpful, please take just 1 second to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends, family members, or colleagues who are on their own English learning journey. And give us a big thumbs up. Your support genuinely helps us keep creating these free lessons for everyone.
It really, truly does make such a difference. Now, for today's session, we're going to do something a bit special. We're going to listen to a detailed story from a woman named Sarah. She's going to walk us through her entire typical day, from the very moment her eyes open in the morning until she hits the pillow and goes to sleep at night.
After we hear Sarah's complete story, Karina and I are going to break absolutely everything down for you. We'll examine and analyze the specific action verbs she uses, the little nuances and details in her phrasing, the grammar structures, and we'll give you some expert tips to help you describe your own personal routine, just like a native English speaker would. All right, let's get right into it without any more delay. Everyone, I'd like you to meet Sarah. Let's listen carefully and closely to her daily routine. Try to catch as many verbs and time expressions as you can.
Hi, everyone. My name's Sarah, and I'm really happy to share my daily routine with all of you today. I hope it helps you learn some useful English phrases. I usually get up at around 6 o'clock in the morning on weekdays. I know that's pretty early, but I've gotten used to it over the years. The very first thing I do when my alarm goes off is reach over and turn off that annoying alarm. It's so loud. Then I stay in bed for just a few more minutes and stretch my body. It feels so good to stretch after sleeping all night. After that brief moment, I finally get out of bed and go directly to the bathroom to have a shower. I prefer taking showers in the morning because they really wake me up and make me feel fresh and ready for the day. After my shower, I dry myself off with a towel and then get dressed. I usually choose comfortable clothes for the day, nothing too fancy or formal, because my workplace has a pretty casual dress code. Then I go downstairs to the kitchen to make breakfast. My house has 2 floors, so the kitchen is on the ground floor. I usually have a bowl of oatmeal with fresh fruit, maybe some bananas or berries, and a nice hot cup of tea. While I eat my breakfast, I often read the news on my phone. I like to know what's happening in the world before I start my day. After I finish eating breakfast, I wash the dishes in the sink and tidy up the kitchen a bit. I don't like leaving a mess. Then I go back to the bathroom to brush my teeth, which is super important, and I put on a little bit of makeup to look presentable. Around 7:30 in the morning, I leave the house to go to work. I usually take the bus because parking in the city is really expensive and difficult. The bus ride takes about 30 minutes, which gives me time to listen to music, or sometimes I just look out the window and think about my day ahead. I arrive at my office building at 8 a.m. and start working immediately. I don't waste any time. I usually work on my computer, checking emails, writing reports, and I attend various meetings throughout the morning with my team members. Around noon, that's 12, I take my lunch break. I have a lunch with my colleagues in the company cafeteria. We usually chat about our work, our weekends, and just relax together during our lunch break. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the day because I get to socialize and take a mental break from work. After lunch, I go back to my desk and continue working on my tasks and projects until 5 in the afternoon. That's when my workday officially ends. When I finish work, I go back home by bus again. Sometimes, if the weather is really nice and sunny, I actually walk home instead. It takes about 45 minutes, but it's good exercise. When I finally get home, I usually feel pretty tired from working all day, so I relax on the sofa for a little while, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. I just sit there and decompress. Sometimes my best friend comes over to my house and we talk about our day or watch a movie together. Other times, when I'm alone, I cook dinner for myself. I actually enjoy cooking. I like to eat dinner around 7:30 p.m., not too late. After dinner, I wash the dishes. Again, there are always dishes to wash. And then I might read a book that I'm currently into, or I'll watch some TV shows on Netflix to relax and unwind. Before bed, I always brush my teeth again for the second time that day, and I get ready for bed by putting on my comfortable pajamas. I usually go to bed around 10 or 10:30 p.m. I try to get at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep because sleep is so important for my health and energy. That's pretty much my daily routine from start to finish.
Wow, Sarah definitely has a very productive and well-organized day. What did you think about her routine, Karina?
It was so clear and well explained. I really loved how she introduced herself right at the beginning. She said, "Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and I'm happy to share my daily routine with you." It's a perfect, simple, friendly opening for any presentation or casual chat with new people.
Definitely. Now, let's really dig into those first few actions of her morning. Sarah said she usually gets up at around 6. We use the phrasal verb get up all the time in English to describe that transition from sleeping to being awake and active. It's super common.
And did everyone notice that little word around? She says at around 6 o'clock. This is so important for natural, native-like speech because it means it's an approximation. It's not exact. It might be 5:55 or 6:05 or 6:10. It's not a strict, precise deadline.
Exactly right. And then comes the first struggle and challenge of every day, the alarm clock. She says she has to turn off the alarm. We use turn off for electronic devices, just like turning off a light, turning off a television, or turning off your computer. Then she does something I think we all do. She stretches in bed. That means to extend your body and make it long. It feels absolutely amazing in the morning, doesn't it?
It really does feel good. But here's a distinction I really want our listeners to catch and understand. Sarah mentions she stretches, and then separately she gets out of bed. Igor, I know some people get confused between get up and get out of bed. Can you explain the difference?
That's such a great question, Karina. Get up is really the act of waking up and starting your day, becoming conscious and alert, whereas get out of bed is the actual physical movement of leaving the mattress and standing on the floor. You could technically get up at 6 a.m., but not actually get out of bed until 6:15 or even 6:30 because you were lying there scrolling on your phone or checking social media.
Guilty as charged. I do that sometimes. Now, moving to the bathroom routine, Sarah says she goes to the bathroom to have a shower. In English, you can say have a shower or take a shower. Both phrases are perfectly correct and used very commonly by native speakers. They mean exactly the same thing.
After the shower, she dries herself with a towel and then gets dressed. She specifically mentions choosing comfortable clothes for the day. Comfortable is such a key important adjective. It means things that feel good on your body, not too tight, not scratchy or itchy, just nice and pleasant to wear.
Then she moves her location to the kitchen. She specifically says she goes downstairs. This little detail tells us that her house has at least 2 floors. It's a 2-story house. She goes to a lower floor, probably the ground floor, to make breakfast. You could also say prepare breakfast or cook breakfast. All of these work perfectly.
And what does she actually eat for breakfast? A bowl of oatmeal with fresh fruit. For those listeners who might not know this word, oatmeal is a very popular hot cereal made from oats. It's a classic, traditional, healthy breakfast choice, especially in English-speaking countries.
And while she's sitting there eating her breakfast, she reads the news on her phone. Notice we use the preposition on for electronic devices. We say on my phone, on my computer, on my tablet, on the internet. That's the correct preposition to use.
She also uses the connecting word while in her description. This is a fantastic connector word. It means she's doing 2 things at the exact same time, simultaneously, eating her breakfast and reading the news.
Before Sarah leaves her house, she has to handle some household chores and personal care. She washes the dishes in the sink and tidies up the kitchen. Igor, tidy up is such a useful phrasal verb, isn't it?
It really genuinely is one of my favorites. To tidy up means to make a place neat, clean, and organized. You're putting things back in their proper places where they belong. You can tidy up your desk at work, tidy up your bedroom, or even tidy up your car. It's very versatile.
Then comes the personal hygiene part. Brush my teeth, which is essential, and the cosmetics part, put on makeup. Notice carefully that she uses the phrasal verb put on for both clothes and makeup. Put on is when you're adding something to your body.
Now, let's really talk about her commute to work. She leaves the house at 7:30 a.m. to go to work. She specifically says she takes the bus. Here, the verb take is used for modes of transportation. But then she also says the bus ride takes about 30 minutes. Did you catch that?
That's such an interesting double use of the word take. In the second instance, takes is referring to the duration or length of time. For example, you could say, this movie takes 2 hours to watch, or this recipe takes 45 minutes to prepare.
Once she arrives, and notice she uses arrive at followed by her workplace, she starts working immediately. That word means right away with absolutely no delay. She's very punctual and prompt.
Throughout the morning, she works on her computer and attends meetings. To attend a meeting simply means to go to it, be present, and participate in it. And the word throughout means from the beginning to the end of that entire time period.
Then comes honestly the best part of any workday, lunchtime. She has lunch with her colleagues. Those are her coworkers, the people she works with every day. They go to the cafeteria, which is a place, usually in a school building or office building, where you can buy and eat food.
They chat and relax together. To chat is to talk in a very friendly, informal, casual way, not serious business talk. And they do this during their lunch break. That's the dedicated period of time where you stop working to eat, rest, and refuel your body.
Sarah finishes her work at 5 p.m. and goes back home on the bus. But she mentions something really nice. If the weather is nice, I walk home. This grammatical structure shows a possibility or a condition. It's an if clause. If it's sunny and pleasant, she chooses to go on foot instead of taking the bus.
When she finally gets home after her workday, she feels tired. We've all been there, right? We've all felt exhausted after work. So she relaxes on the sofa for a while. That phrase, for a while, just means for a short period of time. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
Sometimes her friend comes over to visit. This is another fantastic phrasal verb to add to your vocabulary. To come over means to visit someone at their house or apartment. They might talk about their days, gossip, or watch a movie together on Netflix.
And if she's alone, she cooks dinner for herself. This phrase means she isn't cooking for a big family or multiple people. She's just cooking for Sarah alone. She usually eats around 7:30 in the evening, not too early, not too late.
Then, after dinner is finished, she handles washing the dishes again. There are always dishes to wash, aren't there? And then she says she might read a book or watch TV. Might is a perfect modal verb for expressing possibility. Maybe she will do it, maybe.
Now that we've thoroughly broken down, analyzed, and explained all those amazing verbs, phrases, and grammar structures, let's listen to Sarah's complete routine one more time from the beginning. This time around, I want you to really try to see if you can hear and identify every single one of those action words and time expressions we just discussed together.
Pay special attention to the phrasal verbs like get up, turn off, tidy up, and come over. Also listen for those time markers like around 6, at 7:30, and around 10 or 10:30.
I genuinely hope that hearing it a second time after our detailed explanation and analysis made it feel so much easier to understand and follow. Daily routines are truly one of the absolute best ways to practice your English because the vocabulary is so high frequency. These are words you'll use constantly.
Absolutely. We really want to encourage you to try this exercise yourself. Grab a notebook or open the comments section right now and try to describe your own personal day, just like Sarah did. Use phrases like get up, have breakfast, go to work, tidy up, and go to bed. Start simple.
And here's a fun little challenge for all of you. Leave us a comment below and tell us one specific thing you do every single day that makes you genuinely happy. Maybe it's your morning coffee ritual, or walking your dog in the park, or reading a good book before bed, or calling your parents. What's that one thing?
We would absolutely love to read your stories and learn about your lives. Thank you so much for joining us today on Dr. English Channel. Your dedication to learning and improving your English is truly inspiring to us.
Keep practicing every day, keep listening to Real English, and we will see you in the next lesson very soon.
Bye-bye, everyone. Happy learning.
Bye. Take care.